Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
This is the beginning of a Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Now at 6, the prospect of war, the evolving conflict, and the direct impact it could have here at home.
Although we began the day wet, this afternoon we got a break, but we're not done. You'll notice to the west, more green showing up. That's an indicator of more rain headed our way tonight. We'll let you know how long you'll need to keep that poncho at your side coming up.
Plus, development plans for a downtown icon.
Oh, it's a big undertaking.
What's in store for the Roanoke Times print building?
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany McGraw.
And I'm John Carlin. Worry from Washington and beyond tonight as Russia begins to invade Ukraine.
Tonight, President Joe Biden addressing the nation and announcing more severe sanctions.
10 News reporter Alyssa Ray joins us. She is in the studio now to break down all the impact and the conflict that it could have here in Virginia. Eh, Ray?
Yeah, as President Biden announces those actions against Russia, many Americans are wondering what that means for us. Today, I spoke with political analyst Ed Lynch about what changes we could see in our day-to-day lives.
President Joe Biden says this could be the beginning of a Russian invasion after Vladimir Putin formally recognized the independence of two regions in the eastern part of Ukraine.
This is a flagrant violation of international law and demands a firm response from the international community.
In response, Biden announced the new sanctions against Russia that include targeting Russian banks and cutting off the Russian government from Western financing. The new sanctions were encouraged by bipartisan support from lawmakers.
The leaders of Russia need to understand that their aggression against nations like Ukraine that are looking to the West for leadership will not go unanswered.
While all eyes are on Russia's next move, impacts are already being felt here at home.
How does this impact people in the Roanoke Valley? Higher gas prices are a near certainty, and the possibility of a much more serious crisis down the road, up to and including World War III.
A possibility of a Russian cyber attack can't be ruled out either.
That could affect everything from air travel to ATM machines. I don't think that's going to happen in the near term because, frankly, Russia would do that if the sanctions really started to hurt, and I don't think they're going to.
As far as future sanctions and the U.S. involvement moving forward, the president is not showing those cards yet.
As Russia contemplates its next move, we have our next move prepared as well. Russia will pay an even steeper price if it continues its aggression.
President Biden also says that he's moving some U.S. troops and equipment that were already in Europe to strengthen Baltic allies. But he says that's a defensive move, and the U.S. has no intention of fighting Russia. Live in the studio, Alyssa Ray, 10 News, working for you.
Stick with us on air and online at WSLS.com as we monitor the Ukraine crisis in the days ahead.
And you can also scan the QR code that you see on your screen right now or download the 10 News mobile app to get alerts sent straight to your phone.
Turning now to your forecast, where we are tracking more rain this week.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich is here to show us what to expect.
Yeah, what we're going to see here is more rain tonight into tomorrow morning, then a break, and then more rain late Wednesday night into Thursday, and then we'll get a break for what could be a considerable amount of time by late Friday afternoon. So, more to the story here is this. Keep the umbrella handy. The radar showing that we are indeed seeing rain showers in and around Lynchburg now, spreading south towards Smith Mountain Lake, all the way west into parts of the Highlands, New River Valley, and Mountain Empire. It is raining right now in Boone's Mill. A couple of light showers in Rocky Mount, Floyd, areas in and around Shawsville, Radford over towards Pulaski, right along Highway 100. Also now seeing some light to moderate rain showers. We've got more rain out to the west, and that's why tonight is just going to be wet off and on. It's not going to rain for 12 straight hours, but it'll be a good idea to make sure you have your rain gear handy. Temperatures holding fairly steady this evening in the low to mid 60s. Temperatures will start to drop off a little bit more beyond midnight tonight. Your Wednesday planner showing temperatures starting out tomorrow in the 50s, highs tomorrow in the upper 60s. Without question, the wettest part of Wednesday is going to be in the morning. By the afternoon, we're going to dry things out and perhaps even see more sunshine. The wet pattern continues here as I just showed you. We're going to stay warm through Wednesday and then roller coaster temperatures to follow. We'll talk about just how chilly we're going to turn this weekend coming up in just a little bit. Brittany.
Construction to fix part of the Blue Ridge Parkway that's now been closed for nearly 2 years is slated to begin this spring. Heavy rain in 2020 did this. It washed away the road near milepost 128. Repairs are now scheduled to begin in May. Crews will also be working to fix the failing slope near the entrance of US 220. The National Park Service says both projects are expected to be done sometime this fall.
And a local family is putting the worst day of their lives on display, literally. This is the Jeep a young couple and their baby were riding in the night they were hit head-on by a drunk driver in Bedford. It's now at the Randolph Volunteer Fire Department to serve as a reminder of what can happen if you drink and drive.
Obviously, I want to make a change and affect someone else, but who I really want to affect is my daughter, because one day I want her to see that her mom and dad didn't give up, didn't just walk away.
The family hopes someday they can take the Jeep around to schools to help spread the word.
If you live in the Hill City and you own a car, you may get a tax break. Lynchburg's revenue commissioner says he hopes City Council takes action tonight, voting for a 25% reduction and only taxing 75% of a car's assessment. That would give drivers some relief. He says the city has a history of increases in property taxes and vehicle valuations, but never had to consider this before.
In the city of Lynchburg, the average increase is 28.2%. So that means if you had a vehicle that was $10,000 last year in assessed value, it's approaching $13,000 this year, and that's just on average.
Other localities like Lexington are also considering ways to provide relief.
New at 6 tonight, a major development project for a Star City staple. That large Roanoke Times print building has been empty for years now, and there's been a lot of speculation surrounding the fate of the land there, which covers more than an acre on Salem Avenue right in downtown Roanoke. 10 News reporter McKinley Struther spoke with the developer who wants to turn the historic property into modern apartments.
Businessman Richard Mocker knows a thing or two about big projects.
I love downtown Roanoke and I love the city.
Downtown Roanoke is the address of his first restaurant that opened in 1978. Since then, McAdoo's added nearly 24 more addresses. His newest adventure, turning this into this.
Oh, it's a big undertaking.
60 to 70 apartments will fill what was once a darling hub for print journalism. The Roanoke Times moved out after decades, and Mocker wants you to move in.
Oh, you're basically going to get this, I don't know, big city type, vibey type of living here.
The glass-faced building will maintain its main feature, all of these windows. It's currently 50% glass-faced, and Mocker plans to add to that. An atrium will expose all 5 floors of the building from ground level, and perhaps the most attractive part, the rooftop pool.
I haven't turned down any ideas, but to make it economically feasible is the challenge.
Mocker did not reveal the planned purchase price of the building. He did tell me it's going to cost nearly $1 million and at least 4 to 6 months just to get this massive German-made press out of the way before renovations can begin. Since Mocker moved into his restaurant over 4 decades ago, downtown has a whole new look, one that will soon include his newest investment, the press building.
We're excited, and I think it's really going to create a great situation for downtown Roanoke and the city.
McKinley Struther, 10 News, working for you.
Mocker tells us he's hoping to ink the final deal in a few weeks, with renovations beginning almost immediately. You can likely sign your lease there, if you're interested, in 2024.
A multi-billion-dollar deal could bring even more historical horse racing venues to Virginia. Today, Churchill Downs, the company behind the famous Kentucky Derby, agreed to buy most of the assets of Pennsylvania Pacific Entertainment, LLC. This includes Colonial Downs and the Rosie's Gaming Emporium in Vinton. If approved, the deal is expected to close by the end of the year.
Coming up, a big milestone for a historic landmark, how you can help with much-needed upgrades at the Grandin Theater.
Plus, a special palindrome birthday. Why this 100-year-old says her key to life is something your parents warned you about.
Well, you can help celebrate Roanoke's Grandin Theater's 90th birthday by helping them meet and then exceed their fundraising goal. The Heart of Maine campaign so far has helped upgrade the house lighting, install new seating, and improve acoustics. The final act will allow them to install a new dramatic signature curtain and motorized screen. The goal is to host more than just movies while staying true to who they are as one of the only historic America cinema houses left in the country.
We'll never stop being a movie theater. That's our identity, but there's plenty of time when the Grandin has space available in this room that the community could be using it in a more diversified, programmatic way.
And the goal is to raise $350,000. They're about 60% there.
Organizations in the New River Valley are recognizing historical landmarks in honor of Black History Month. William Gresham Elementary School was a spot for African American children to attend in the New River Fairlawn area. Records are limited, but it burned down in the late 40s and was rebuilt in the early 50s. Over time, the school transformed to a kindergarten center and police academy. We're working to honor the past with a special presentation for Black History Month. It airs at 7:30 Thursday night right here on WSLS.
Well, we did get a little bit of a break from the rain this afternoon. Now the rain is back, and it's going to be with us off and on all night long. Here's a live picture from our Liberty University Skycam. We'll let you know when the warmth goes away and is replaced by colder air coming up.
Today is 2/22/22. There's a whole lot of twos. 2/22/22. Yep. A once-in-a-lifetime palindrome date.
And one of Lynchburg's residents, one Lynchburg woman, is marking a significant milestone on this special occasion.
Ida Rosano is celebrating her 100th birthday. Happy birthday. She was born in Italy, and she came to the U.S. when she was 6 years old, spending much of her life in Brooklyn working as a seamstress before moving to Lynchburg.
We are told that growing up, Ida only received an orange each Christmas. And today, family and friends showered her with presents, desserts, and her favorite Italian songs.
Oh, it's great. I'm speechless. It hurts. I say, oh my God, all my friends are here. My brother's here. He's 11 years younger than I am, and I walk straighter than he does.
That is hilarious. Well, you want to know why she walks straighter than he does? She says her secret to reaching 100 is minding her own business and walking long distances. So she says, stay in your lane and go for a walk. Family members tell us Ida used to walk 55 blocks every day.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Well, the raindrops keep falling on our heads across southwest central Virginia. South side, not so much yet, but that will change here as we head throughout the latter part of the evening. I want to show you that the highlands are seeing a few rain showers. The New River Valley certainly seeing some scattered showers right now. Areas in and around Smith Mountain Lake, areas near Rocky Mount, maybe just north of Rocky Mount, seeing some light to moderate rain. And you are indeed getting wet in the beautiful hill city of Lynchburg. Areas right now along 29, 501, 460, seeing some rain showers near Jefferson Forest High School. Also areas in and around Heritage High School. Areas right now right along Leesville Road seeing some moderate rain showers. All this pushing to the east at 40 miles per hour. We've got more rain situated in Kentucky and also into Tennessee. That's going to be pushing through here later tonight into tomorrow morning. And that is why, my friends, I encourage you to have the umbrella handy. The rain is going to be with us off and on all night long. Yeah, we're going to get some breaks in the rain every now and again, but the breaks may not last very long before more rain starts to push back in. This is 3 a.m. and notice that there will be some oranges showing up here on this graphic, and that is an indicator of some heavy rain. Can't even rule out a stray rumble of thunder here as we head into tonight. By 7 a.m., the best chance for rain will be across south side locations. By 10, 11 a.m., the rain is gone, and by tomorrow afternoon, we actually start to break out and more sunshine. However, clouds will roll back in tomorrow night. Few showers possible by midnight tomorrow night before the rain really starts to push in late tomorrow night into Thursday. Thursday, periods of rain all day long, and the mountain valleys could potentially even have a little bit of freezing rain and sleet come early Thursday, but that wouldn't last very long. Weather impacts here through midday Friday. We're looking at an additional ½ inch to 1.5 inches of rain with isolated higher totals possible. May have to watch out for the potential for localized flooding, especially in the mountains come Thursday into Thursday night. And it's going to be breezy at times as well, with gusts as high as 20 to 35 miles per hour. Once again, the higher elevations going to have those stronger winds. 63 right now, Lynchburg, 59 Lexington, 68 in Danville, middle 50s out across the New River Valley. For tonight, certainly rain is building. Rain is going to be with us off and on. We're going to have mainly cloudy skies with overnight lows roughly between 51 and 59. 3-day zone by zone forecast showing the NRV best chance for rain tomorrow in the morning, best chance for rain Thursday, pretty much all day. Friday, best chance for rain will be in the morning. For the Highlands, 65 Wednesday into the 40s on Thursday. And for Southside, lower 70s on Wednesday, 50s Thursday, back into the 60s on Friday. So temperature roller coaster in places like Danville and Martinsville over the next couple of days. For Lynchburg, now, when is this pattern going to break? Friday afternoon. It looks like by Friday afternoon, you're going to dry things out, see more sunshine. Saturday's dry. May have a few rain showers on Sunday. Across the Roanoke Valley, you may actually have a few snow showers to dodge on Sunday morning before we dry out Sunday afternoon. Monday, Tuesday dry. Notice temperatures go from the upper 60s Wednesday into the 40s Saturday through Tuesday. Appy?
All right, Jeff, we'll hear from Hokies head coach Mike Young on the bubble watch. And the region tournament ruckus is underway at the high school level. Cave Spring on the beginning of the journey. Next in sports.
And now, the Freedom First Sports Desk with John Appicello.
I'm guessing it's official now. Medina Spirit's sign taken down at Churchill Downs a day after the horse was stripped of the Kentucky Derby win by the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission. This after that failed post-race drug test. Mandaloun now the recognized winner of the 147th running of the Derby. From the Derby to the run for a state crown, the boys' side of the Region 3D stacked full of talent and premier programs, including 2020 state champion Cave Spring, who has another star-studded cast of playmakers ready to roll. The Knights are a deep team boasting size and strength at all spots on the floor. 4 players averaging double figures in scoring this season, including your senior Owen Doyat and Stark Jones. Cave Spring, another team in our area that swept both the River Ridge District titles this season. That's regular season and tournament. Knights coach Jacob Gruss says the message has been a bit redundant but effective.
One of the quotes that we kind of go by is comfort is the enemy of progress. And, you know, we stole that from LSU head basketball coach. We saw it on Twitter. And it's kind of what we've lived by. And I promise you my guys are sick and tired. They're nauseated of me saying it so much. But like we tell them, don't listen to the noise when everybody tells you how great you are. Don't listen to the noise if people tell you, you know, you had a bad game or whatever. You know, be like a horse with blinders on and just continue to have that tunnel vision and continue to look forward.
Cave Spring and Christiansburg in the quarterfinals currently underway. If Virginia Tech's 6-game ACC win streak didn't put them on the NCAA bubble, it put them within reach. Their loss to North Carolina didn't help, but the Hokies 8-8, 16-11, still have a path to the big dance. But for what it's worth, Coach Mike Young's not looking beyond what is immediately in front of them.
I don't think that accomplishes a whole lot. Hey, listen, we've got to do this and this, and we got to do this. Just practice well today. Play well on Wednesday. We're going to have to do it at Tech. So that's all. I've always handled it that way. Narrow focus, a laser focus. What's next? That's the only thing that matters. You start looking down the road. Well, if we win that one and we get that one, doesn't work. Doesn't work for me. So that's how I've handled it with my team through the years.
Virginia Tech at Georgia Tech tomorrow night, 9 p.m. tip. The Hokies won the first meeting at Castle. That was 81-66. Couple of notes for you. The Radford women on the road. Despite a mysterious farewell-type Instagram post, Aaron Rodgers says no news on his plans moving forward. And the U.S. women's soccer equal pay lawsuit settled for $24 million. Back to you guys.
And thank you, Abby. NBC Nightly News coming up next.
We will see you back here at 7.